Hey guys, welcome to the Knaves Guild. I'm Nick, and we're going to do another stream tonight, get going on some more of the world building. We're taking a look at the globe again, and probably reading some chapters from the Lives of Gethra podcast. If in case you've been following along, we do have the podcast going live now every other day. I was kind of putting them out as fast as I could, but we kind of ran into a limit of how much we can do without investing some expenses into it. So we're going to just kind of go every other day for now and see how that goes for us as we continue the story of Lives of Gethra with Aralim and Vaynuth and Renato and Dago so far. I think we're actually going to be introducing a new character today, so stick around for that. And yeah. So here we go. I think we're going to start off with a little bit more work on the Gethra Globe. We'll just do a few minutes of that, I think, as we continue to work towards getting that over into Photoshop and really completing a bunch of work on the world building there. As always, guys, feel free to say hi. We love to have some interaction on the channel here, and eventually, later on, we'll be doing some interactive content, having the players join in, and anyone who's here watching can take on the role of a character. All right, so let me switch this over to the screen cam. Here we are. Alright, so last time we worked on the Gethra Globe, we had quite a bit of progress made along the southern continent here and finish it off. We still have a bit more detailing we got to do on these islands. So I think we'll kind of work on that next. Take a look at that, and then we'll move on to the podcast after that. I'll just update my line here. All right. I'm looking forward to continuing the stream this week. We had a lot of success last week on Thursday night, late into the morning. So I'll probably be doing that again for you West Coasters. And we'll go from there. If you're new to the channel here, we're working on the globe for Gethra in Blender, where we can work on it on a 3D sphere, and this lets us ensure that our land masses will be realistic, as well as simultaneously creating a two-dimensional version, which I can port into Photoshop and work on in a great deal more detail. Right now we're just working on coastlines. Unfortunately, since this program is designed for work with 3D rendering and animations and stuff like that, you have a lot more, you don't have quite the art suite that you would have in Photoshop in terms of tools. So we're stuck kind of painting white, painting black, instead of even erasing or having layers and all those nice features. But it saves a lot more time than bringing it into Photoshop, back to 3D, back into Photoshop, and repeating like that. Just draw a white line on white. That always works well. In Ireland's story we were reading the other day, we heard about the city of Tharathar, where the lord of the city allowed Ireland to stay in his castle and his estate. And I always imagined that since Ireland comes from this continent at the south here, that that Tharathar is a city on these isles, but it could be in his homeland. I'm looking forward to developing the isles more, though, with some actual place names and details later. Of course, you guys will have some help and say in all of that. We'll do maybe some polls or something if we get an audience going on some of those bigger world building streams. Alright. I think we'll do some detail on this island. I'm going to leave this bigger one north here until we work on the known world in Photoshop. The known world is this kind of area here, which we already have a much more detailed map. So we're going to kind of finish this off just a bit down here, and then I'll come back to this larger island later, because it's just not going to. We need to make sure we match the art style and transition slowly into the same kind of coastline up there. once I get a better version of this saved, I'll also probably be sharing it on some other platforms. I know it's a lot of good map. Oops, I created a little line there. Yeah, there's a lot of good map communities on like cartography groups and world building groups like that. So some people might find this useful as a reference, or even a setting for their own games or stories. So. Alright. I think that's good for this little cluster of islands down here. So the only thing I really have left to do on the globe at all is this continent over here. There we are. But I think we will work on that next time here. There we are. We can always come back to the globe later on this evening if things are slow. All right. Let me just get set up here and we will move on to the Gethra podcast.